Hello to you wherever you are. I hope that you are safe, warm, and doing well. Thank you for joining this storytelling session. Welcome. My name is Chanel Rigby. I'm an infant toddler mental health consultant in Brooklyn, New York. I am a licensed master social worker. My pronouns are she and her. I identify as a Black Caribbean American woman of the African diaspora. If you've never heard that term before, African diaspora refers to individuals around the globe who are of African descent or have African roots. I am so proud of that. Why would I share all of this with you? Well, it's important. It's who I am, it's a part of my identity. It makes me feel connected. It makes me feel like I am a person of value, that there is more to me than what may be represented in the region where I am, that I am more and that I have connections around the globe. That's a big deal. Now, what if you can help your kids feel like that about themselves? What if children saw themselves in positive ways, in images, in storybooks, with the props that they used? It's very important for us to be intentional when setting up our environments for children. It's also important for us to check our own attitudes and behaviors in reference to culture and diversity. Let's get to it. The title of this session is Culture, Diversity, and Positive Representation in Early Childcare Settings. Now, I was hitting on it just a little bit about what we need to do in order to check ourselves and spend time engaging in self reflection. Interesting. I'm talking about positive representation in the early childcare setting, but I spoke about us first because it's on us, the adults. It's on us to do the work within ourselves as we care for and support these young children. Yes, for me, in this past year and a half that I've worked within the role, especially during the pandemic, one of the most essential parts of the work is relationship building. Within relationship building, culture and diversity plays a huge role. You have to be willing to listen and to learn and to develop an understanding of what is presented before you. We might get the impression that it is our job to go into fixed situations. But no, we come in, we listen, we observe, and while we do our work, we empower our providers and our childcare professionals. We work alongside them to help build their capacity, to empower them, to build upon the strengths that they already have. That is a huge part of the work. And in terms of relationship building, respect is number one. Acknowledging the work that they do and where they are and the strengths that they do have. And again, reiterating to them that it is partnership, that it is collaborative work, and being respectful of who they are and where they come from, and being willing to learn more and ask questions and have an understanding and relate to them on a human to human level, because we are human first before any other title. We are human first. And that has been the most impactful experience that I've had in this past year and a half, especially during this pandemic. People have been struggling with depression, anxiety, not feeling hopeful about the future, not feeling hopeful about their businesses, having difficulties dealing with personal matters, in addition to the professional matters, dealing with mandates coming down from the state and all of the changes. And in most instances, all they wanted was a listening ear, a genuine person to connect with. And that is huge in this work, very huge. Now, in terms of the children, we already spoke about checking ourselves and being reflective about our own attitudes and our own perception of people. These children also come from families, from households with adults. And we also have to work in partnership with those adults to care for these children. And we also have to be respectful and listen and have an open mind to wonder about things, to ask questions and not make assumptions, and to try to learn. Try to learn and take some of what you are learning from those adults and incorporate it into your everyday practice within your setting. Yes, within your setting. They too can inform you on how things are done within their cultures. And you can take from it, as in learn from it, and mix it up and create a space where everyone can move around and be flexible and learn together and work together and grow together and develop together. Culture is ever evolving, ever changing, ever evolving. As we move through time, it changes, but we don't want to lock ourselves out and lose out on learning and growing and connecting with others. I'd like to share something with you to kind of bring the point around as to how we ourselves can improve our environments for our children in terms of culture, diversity, and representation. Now, this illustration here is representative of all of us as humans. We're focusing on our little ones right now, and we're thinking about all of the things that they need to grow. Now, this green plant here, with its branches and its stems and its roots, and you can see those roots are in the ground as well. It's beautiful, it's strong, but what is keeping it that way? Well, first it says water. How are you watering your little ones? How are you watering them? How are you empowering them? What images do they see in the room that makes them feel accepted and seen? What makes them feel loved in your setting? How are you watering them? What materials are you all using and what activities are you engaging in with them to make them feel seen and heard and loved? Sunlight. Think of your energy that you are bringing into that space and all of the adults who work alongside you. What kind of energy are you bringing into the space? As we spoke about before, engaging in self reflection about your own biases, your own attitude, your own perception of people, your own behavior, and how that ultimately changes the climate of your environment. That may cause problems with families or parents or other adults who care for children, cause issues with the adults within the childcare setting, and also cause issues with children. Sometimes you have to sit back and reflect and just really take a moment to think. Think about it. Nutrients. What are you feeding them? What kind of storybooks are you reading? What kinds of videos are you watching? Who are the people in the videos? What are the characters? How are they being portrayed? Being very thoughtful about what you are exposing these children to. You can think of them as little sponges just soaking up everything. And they will take everything and they will take everything with them throughout their lives as they grow and develop over time. Foundation, routines, the schedule. What is happening in the day? Are you being consistent with what you are doing? Is there variety? And in terms of what is available to children, and when we think about diversity, it's not only diversity of culture or skin tone or anything on the surface, but also abilities, tending to the abilities and needs of all children, having materials for different levels of ability as well. That is important as well. Is every child able to function and connect and learn and play and have a positive experience? Does the environment cater to their needs? A nurturing environment. How are you connecting with these children? How are you connecting with them? What is influencing your ability or creating a barrier between you and your children and the relationships that you build with them? Think about how you interact with each one, comments that you may say, things that you may say to them. Think about your words, your actions, and your behavior and how they impact the children that you care for. Room to grow. Are you flexible? Is there flexibility in this space? Are you open to learning? Do you ask questions? Are you flexible? And last but not least, attachment to roots. As I said before, I was proud to say that I knew so much about who I was and where I came from. And that's the same exact feeling that we want for these little ones. With everything that they already face in the world, we know what we are up against as adults. And so we want to be thoughtful and make this experience very meaningful for our little ones. And in terms of my experiences, I know that people who work with children, they love their children. But I know as an individual, we must do the work. We must do the internal work. And the little work we do on the inside first will help to impact the whole. The little work that we do on the inside first will help to impact the whole. I hoped that this presentation was meaningful to you. We spoke about relationship. We spoke about respect. We spoke about connecting. We spoke about being authentic. We spoke about empathy. And we spoke about treating people as people, human first, connecting, making relationship a priority, and being very thoughtful about our environments and how we interact and how we engage our children within our programs. Thank you for your time, your attention. Take care, be well, stay safe.